Did Jesus ever claim to be God? This is such a great question, and one that is often asked by those who wonder how God could become a man. The claim that some make is that people over the years have just made too much of Jesus Christ. They claim that Jesus himself never claimed to be God, but that his followers throughout the centuries have taken this aspect of his character and stretched it farther than it should have gone. And if they're true in their claims, then how would they respond to the following verses from the book of John? Let's go to John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word, which is defined in John 1:14 as having become flesh or taking on a human body, is described in verse 1 as God. So you've got this connection between John 1 and 1:14. But also consider John 1:3. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. And so the Word, or Jesus, is described as having created everything that was made. This role is that of God, according to Genesis chapter 1. Keep moving forward in the book of John. John 5:17 through 18 says this, "But Jesus answered them, 'My Father has been working until now, and I have been working.' Therefore the Jews sought all the more to kill him, because he not only broke the Sabbath, but also said that God was his Father, making himself equal with God." And see, this is one of the things we have to take contextually, is that Jesus' audience understood his words to claim that he was indeed equal with God, meaning that he was God. John 8:58. We read this, "Jesus said to them, 'Most assuredly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am.'" And this is one of the few places in the book of John where Jesus used the title "I am" to describe himself, which was clearly a reference to Yahweh in the burning bush account with Moses in Exodus 3. Now, the question again, contextually, did the Jews understand his claim of deity here? They did, as evidenced by their response in verse 59, which reads, "Then they took up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by." Let's keep moving in John to John chapter 17 in verse 5, which reads this, "And now, O Father, glorify me together with yourself with the glory which I had with you before the world was." And so if Jesus isn't God, what glory did he have with the Father before the world was created in John 17:5? And then one final verse is in John 20, verse 28, which reads this, "And Thomas answered and said to him, 'My Lord and my God.' Jesus said to him, 'Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed.'" And again, the question is begged, if Jesus was not God, why didn't he correct Thomas when Thomas called him God and worshiped him? And so this idea that Jesus never claimed to be God is not found in Scripture as we just subtly walk through the book of John, and also in light of many other verses where the apostles wrote about the fact that he was God. But we see in the Gospel of John that Jesus did claim to be God, acknowledged himself as God.